For millennia, and perhaps since its existence, humanity has been on an epic quest for truth and understanding. As with all quests, this one begins with a single step, and begins in the mind. In the beginning, the mind itself can be likened to a blank page, empty in content, but full of potential and utility. At one point, a spark sets the mind in motion, like a machine constantly in work. Despite its immense capabilities, however, the mind is but a shell without the senses. Sight, smell, touch, taste, and hearing act like receivers through which the mind gathers raw information. This is called perception. But perception by itself is not conducive to reliable knowledge. Without reason, the information gathered through the senses is likely to be misleading or inconclusive. Reasoning is the process in which the mind assesses information and attempts to produce a conclusion based on evidence. Perception and reasoning are the tools that mankind wields in its quest, but a quest is not without its shortcomings. Not all that is derived from reason reflects truth. Truth is an entity above all else. It is not subject to any laws that govern the universe. It is the law. Truth is absolute and unchanging. Reality is the manifestation of truth. There are those who argue that reality is personal and subjective, that the actual truth of the matter is not important, but only its implications on those affected. Such a view of reality is an illusionary path that distracts many in their quest to true understanding. But perhaps the biggest conflict in this journey is embodied in the clash between religion and science. Religion has its basis on human belief and is generally passed on by tradition and culture. Religious scriptures are composed of stories and teachings written long ago in the past in order to ensure the preservation of the religion itself and facilitate its diffusion. Many claims in these scriptures are deemed by scientists as false due to apparent deviations from scientific laws and evidence. Science is based on the scientific method, which involves observation, forming hypothesis, experimentation, and analysis of data to form a conclusion. This method is generally used more in later times in the search for truth because of its standardized procedures and answerability. Despite their differences, however, religion and science both involve perception and reason. Because of this, it is indeed possible for religion and science to be mutually supportive. Conflicts between the two sides are largely the result of religious claims that are not backed by any evidence and those that are misinterpreted. There are claims in scriptures that were never meant to be taken literally, which science would simply describe in another way, while there are claims that have no proof at all. At times, science goes so far as to equate theory with fact. Because of the power it garnered over time, science has completely shunned religion and, so doing, overlooked the truth within. Only when religion is interpreted correctly and science does not go beyond proving conclusions can the truth in both be revealed. Consequently, religion and science themselves are not to blame, but the underlying biases of their critics and proponents. These biases are what ultimately cloak truth in a fog caused by the warring factions. Humanity, therefore, can only attain true understanding with an objective and unbiased mindset. Man's long sought-after prize of truth is not far from the beginning. In fact, it surrounds mankind in all possible ways. However, the biggest hurdle that man has to overcome lies where the quest starts: the mind. Only when the mind is free from all constraints can the truth be finally revealed and the understanding attained.